Welcome back to Techtonica. My name is Nilaus, and we are back here with more of the Techtonica, and we are sort of reaching, I don't know if we can call it endgame, considering how this is the first version of the early access. I'm sure that more will be added, but today we're going to be dealing very much with, let's press the button, and over here by logistics, it is going to be the monorail system. I've just unlocked it, and that's going to be the one big objective today is working with the monorail system because it's amazing and awesome and really well done. And the other one is over here. You can see in the top left hand corner we have a number of doors out there that we want to unlock, because I want to just get through a lot of these objectives. There are actually a surprising amount of objectives in this game, and they work really well, all these things that we have now completed, and we have only a few left. We have some secret doors here and there. There are also some secret areas. I'm going to be taking us through that, but because of the way it works, because we want to make sure that here I have just built some circuits. There we're going to advance circuits. We're going to need a hell of a lot of those, so we have 2 machines set up with our Atlanta mod that we built last time. We are going to use the monorail to get our blue spheres, because they are really not room for it where they are, and we'll take those over to the elevator, the in-game area that we are also unlocking. So if you're enjoying the series, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, join the Twitch, you pledge on Patreon, all that good stuff. You know the drill. Let's take a look at what we want to build. At this point, we don't really need to see another branch off the bus, so we'll just have done it and then hook it up here. This will be the monorail parts here, and they will start working. We can get things in just to keep it flowing. And over here, what are we doing here? That is also just get in there, and they will just go into boxes here and here as well. Over on the side, we have an equivalent one for the stations. Now the stations also need accumulators, but that's really not any point for me, I think, to add accumulators locally here. If I put 48 accumulators, then I get 24 monorail stations out. That is going to be plenty. This one just needs to stay here and build. What we're going to do in the meantime is we are going to go up here and continue to tech up. And all we need is some advanced circuits, so we'll upgrade the terminal. There we go. Another tier unlocked and new technologies available.
Terminal upgraded. New technologies and recommended tasks available. Advisory: all major sector assets have been reactivated. Remaining production terminal upgrades will be limited to the yield of extreme advancements in productivity.
So, now we need more iron frames, not a problem. More copper frames, not a problem. More advanced circuits, not really a problem, just a bit of time. More belts, not a problem. More mining charges, not a problem at all. So, it's actually easy to do the next upgrade. It's really weird that it doesn't have any sort of new requirements.
Huh?
So,
Nice.
that is excellent. Let's start heading out. And now we want to head out, and we want to gear up for some things. And what we want to do is, I want to show you some of the cool places to unlock. The first place that we haven't unlocked is here by water wheels. This location, it is the most expensive one, 300 processor units, 800 circuits or advanced circuits, and we don't even need to do it. This is the one we entered from the top, so we are going to completely ignore that. But over here there is another one that we didn't do because we didn't have any of the monorail tracks that we now have. So we're going to go over here and find some of those use some of the monorail tracks to get in and unlock this part. And what is this location, you might ask? Well, I guess we'll find out. In repair.
This looks like the main IT facility for the sector. I remember hearing strange rumors about the records they were storing here, but I'll settle for a few useful pieces of tech. There were barely 10,000 people in my hometown. I was the only person from there who made it into the expedition.
Your family must have been very proud.
That's what they tell me. I still went home now and then when I was at the planning department up in Alaska. Then, one day, you wake up and they tell you you're not in the planning department anymore. You're actually going to Calyx.
That kind of transfer would have been very rare. There must have been extraordinary circumstances.
I guess. There was even a parade, apparently. Thankfully, I was already in orbit.
And then there's so we get a mole speed, that was really nice, not really much else, and then we get some more lore dumps as well.
These look like computer security logs, written by someone named Snowman. My memory of him is scattered. Might be someone I wanted to forget.
And now we'll head over to, another place. Follow the river from the starting area at Victor, or the starting Victor area. Then as it branches out, you will follow the river for quite a while, and you can actually see there's something out here. All the way out here, you can see I've been drilling along this river for quite a while, and then I'm going to be branching in at some point where I found that there was a little box in the middle of nowhere out here. And there's also, you can see on the map at this point, there's definitely something interesting over here. So let's have a look at that. We're going to go in here and jump down to this location. And then go into a brand new area with a weird thing in here. This area you can see over on these locations. Those green little pings here. That is more of... Can I just... There we go, detonate. Can we detonate? Yes. So you can see here we have actually a lot more of the Atlantomer here. So if you ever want to set up an Atlantomer mine, well, this is it. And there are more over there and more over there. If you then take your scanner and go close to this one, but only at certain angles. Only at certain angles. Don't want to fall down. That's weird. There we go.
What in the world is this thing? It's obviously more than another space rock, but scanning it doesn't return anything in the databank.
The next magic door that we want to unlock is from the water wheels area, and then we can see there is a cavern system and some actual industrial buildings. So let's just follow the caves along the way. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's some... Yeah, there we go. There's actually something here to scan. And that's ASM Power Trim 3. Probably a nice thing. Assembler, Power Trim 3. So that's less power used for each of these. And we've come up to another location, which just happens to have things that we already have brought along. What a coincidence.
I recognize this place. These were the living quarters for the crew. We might be able to salvage some personal upgrades here that people left kicking around.
So this one we just got core clustering, which is a really weird thing that doesn't seem to quite work. Well, it kind of works, but it doesn't seem to work. So here it says enable formation of core clusters from unassigned core research cores in core composers. Assign core clusters to generate core boost bonuses. None of that makes any sense. But if we get this, then basically what we have down here will be converted, and it'll be converted as 10 of these count as one core cluster, 5 of these as one core cluster. And then if we can get this core boost, then you can say one core cluster will then be upgrading the smelter speed. I think at some point this will be something that has a UI and stuff, but right now it's just idle things. It's not indicated anywhere, so just unlock it when you get it, and then it should be good.
I remember these barracks. This is where we stayed when we weren't in the field. And there were at least 3 others exactly like this.
What happened here? Some form of mass departure seems certain, but our orders were never to leave things behind in such a state. And even if our transformation is somehow responsible for why we were left behind, that would not explain why the groundbreaker is unaffected, unless there was someone entirely separated from the crew.
I'm 99% sure that the groundbreaker is one of mine. I'd just say names until they nodded if I could remember them. But I can't.
It seems strange that the names of our closest subordinates would not return to us easily, but you are not alone. My memory is similarly affected.
Hey, at least you remembered me. When I was down in that facility, a part of me thought that maybe I was making all of this up. My crew, my life, the expedition. Your mind starts filling in the blanks you don't want to think about anymore. Like it knows there isn't any harm in it because you're never getting out of there anyways. A sinking feeling that keeps sinking. But it was real. There were hundreds of people here. Thousands. They worked here. We cared about them. We were in this together. I'm not saying all this to hold on to whatever happened to me. I'm saying this to let it go. I knew people who put their whole lives into getting picked for the expedition. I just gave it a shot. No idea how I made it, and they didn't.
The criteria for the expedition was never about finding the best people. It was focused on finding the right people.
What's the difference?
You might say that what they were looking for was willingness.
So, if we were lost and the expedition was finished, do you think they would have been willing to go home without us?
Yes. And I would have expected no less of you.
This was obviously a movie theater for when people had downtime, but it exposes another strange gap in my memory. I can't really remember anything recreational. Some part of me knows I spent a ton of time here, but even coming here and being reminded of it doesn't jog anything specific. The only thing I really remember is work, and that isn't like me. Or at least, I don't think it was.
This is a nice
feels
little
like some kind
thing
of
here.
video game lounge, but I don't get it.
Nope.
Why did they all have these huge monitors? What kind of game needs widening? Anyways, I prefer cards. Come to think of it, I've got one heck of a poker face now, don't I?
I like that. That's a little Easter egg, and maybe a note that it works on an ultra-wide rig. I don't know. I don't play it like that. It doesn't really work for YouTube either, so there we go. We have now cleaned out this facility and got a little bit of a lore dump as well. So that was in the top northeastern area of the map. The next area to unlock is by the giant elevator. This is kind of where the game ends when we unlock this, as far as I can tell. And so we'll get back to this one a bit later, but this is a great area to stack the blue spheres. So, have I been up there? I don't know. I need to get up there at some point. Oh, cool. Well, that's kind of cool when you can see stuff up there. Right, so what we want to do instead, there are a few things here that are a little bit interesting. If you remember, if we follow the waterfall down here, we get to that base that is in the middle of a waterfall. In there, there's another door we haven't unlocked. But first, if we go this way, we can also find a little thing over here behind it. We're not going to talk to the elevator just yet because we'll save that for, you know what? I think we'll save it for the next episode. That just makes sense, right? So here we get the M-Track Reach 3. Great naming. Now here, this one was difficult to me to find, so I needed some guidance. So now I'm going to give you the guidance. Over here, there is a cave, and this cave is useful. There, if we go into this cave, you can look on the echo sketch here, etch sketch. You can see we can go in here, and then you can punch through this wall, and then there's another cave, and you can punch through this wall. There's another cave, punch through this. There's another cave. In here, there are some scannable objects that we want. This is the first one. If you look at the map where we are, if you're getting lost by the copper deposit, first one. All the way in the corner, there's another one. I had to punch through several different walls to get here. All the way towards the end, there is another one. And the last one is here. Let's have a look. Just right over the ledge. And we can then take that. So those are all just making savings to our power consumption. I think that must be under energy. And it's those power trim. See, ASM power trim and more power trim and more power trim and more power trim. Those are the ones we've now unlocked. We can get those. It takes 250 of the red ones to get ASM power trim. That gets 10% less. I mean, it's something. And the next one is then a little bit more power trim. That's good. So that is it. But we have one more place to go, and that is actually down here into that area where we have been before. We are now going to unlock the Thresher Mark II, which is absolutely amazing. You can see down here, we have been here before. And there is inside, there was one more door that we couldn't unlock at that time, but we now have the stuff we needed. We have advanced circuits that we did not have at the time. So, come on, go in. And we just need to find it in here. And this is where we found the miners Mark II. And then we'll get to that door, which will give us the next thing. And entrance offline. That one, go. Fully upgraded. What do we have in here? We have, ta-da, an assembler. And some more upgrades. Mold speed 4, that's also really nice. We're going to be using that a lot. And hull caps, whatever that is. And another one. M-track reach. Good. Is there any... Oh, and the most beautiful thing we could ever imagine. Stack inserters. Yay for factory building. There we go. We got stack inserters done. And those are like massively awesome things. So now the only thing we haven't unlocked is the door that's completely irrelevant. Upgrade here and building a monorail system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start outlining where I want to drill. And then we'll just cut through all the drilling. As you can see, this is our blue sphere location, and it is very much space constrained. So what I really want to do is get up here. Let's do this, and this is a miserable way. I want to just start drilling this way, in here. Because if we look at the map, this is due north, and then it'll be just coming in right at the waterfall, and then passing by the waterfall, going further up over to the water wheels, going further north up beyond that, and getting all the way up to the elevator. That is going to be an absolutely massive amount of drilling, but it's got to be done. Luckily for you, this is just one of those things where I can just go, I can start drilling, and then I can go like, all right, and now we cut to it being done. We've now broken through. This very, very long corridor is now done. You can see it on the map. It goes all the way up there. From here, goes there, and we'll be taking this all the way. So we're going to be coming back here to our blue sphere factory, and we're going to be setting up our very first line here, railway depot, monorail depot, and it is 3 wide and has inserters on either side. There we go. It looks a bit complicated, but it's actually really simple. Maybe. Then I am going to make a gap up here so that we can actually get up to this location. So that will be, let's make sure that we get this fast enough. It'll go out here. So now this is another little headache. How do we make these bridges down? So there, and then it goes this way. Drag it 2, then 1, 2. To the other way, 2 and 2, to the back way, 1, oops. If you make a mistake, just press Q and go back. There, 2. And again, just 1, and then. And that got a bit too far, so we just press Q, so we go, get it 1 back. And that one, and then you can drag it over here. We'll just for the sake of argument, make it a little bit wider. Here. And then here. And then it goes into that one. And we can take all of this out. And we can then also do, for the first time ever, use our mass collect. Wow, that was bad deconstruction. Here. And these as well. So we can do our mass collection. So we press E, then we hold E. And then I can drag over here, and then I just simply drag it into here. That's 2000. And then press E again. Then it's all picked up. That's actually really nice that you can do that. It's not very often that you want to do it, but now we can. And I'm going to just put all these back in there. There. And get back in there. One more. Get back in there. And they will now be heading up, which means I need to be heading up. And then needs to go in here to just... We haven't built any stack inserters yet, so we're going to have to make do with this part. And yeah, it's not going to get any faster because we also need to go in. So now what we have is we are starting to rack up things in here. This is now items to send, items to receive. They'll be going in and out, and then here it goes into a packing, preparing to send, and then more stuff, which we'll figure out when we get there. So now all we need to do is we need to take our grid here. And luckily they are, oh, that's weird. That feels weird. Why is it so curvy? Oh, because I just need to turn it. Right, so we can go over here and they can actually stretch really far. So now I just make a path all the way to the elevator area. So we're finally getting closer out here, all the way out, and you can look at our map here. It's just too far away. It is just so absurdly big, this this line here, and I don't even need the last one, I think, here. And then all I need is to make a box here, and then take it from here. Please work. Yes. Good. So now it actually should just get started, right? This one does say inactive, but the other one... Oh, never mind. We did not get it correctly. So you're going to go from here to that one. And now it actually gets started on receiving. And just think about how far this is away. And then watch closely. Watch very closely. Anytime now. Damn it. It would have worked better if they'd just been flying in just as I said that. Well, they should be coming in because it has been set to receive here. I'm gonna be... Oh, there it is. There it is. And then it unlocks, or it starts moving. So it comes in here. The next batch is in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and there. They're coming in quick. And it's 60 for each. And that's, of course, something that can be upgraded in many different and exciting ways. But we just haven't done that yet. So, hauler caps. More 60% extra capacity. Oh, yes. Less. Increases reach of monorail tracks to 12 meters. Okay. So, those just need more blue spheres. And we don't have the blue spheres because, well, we haven't been getting those yet. So, what we need to do now here is set up some more of these, and then, yeah, you know, just get all of this set up into this location. That's going to be our final objective for today, just to get all this going and to see how awesome it is. Look how quick they come in. That's crazy. And so we're finally ready to unleash the whole thing. This has been just chugging along, and you can see that it's just coming in so quickly. And I just had to build a few of these extra composers. And with those extra composers, we are now getting a nice belt out here that should be able to fill up an entire belt, right? Yeah, look at that. A full belt coming in. They're a little bit two-dimensional for my liking, but I'm sure that's something that will be fixed in very soon. Well, I'm sure something will be fixed at some point. And we should start seeing that they are coming in. And then there we go. We're getting extra orbs here, or extra spheres. Come on, one? Just one? Seriously? Oh, right. I think I know why. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit more for each of them. And that'll be taking... It's like every 10 seconds it pops out with one of these. So that's... Whoa, look at that. Now we can start going in here. And then there's one thing we want to go, and that's the... Here, the rail runner, and we can't do the next. We want to get rail rush as well here and here as well. If we have those available, they're red, they're not blue, so that should be possible. We're just waiting a little bit until we get more of these. They're coming in pretty damn quick, and then we'll show you how the rail rush works, because that's something that really confused me and took quite a while to figure out. So here we are. We have unlocked our rail rush 1 and 2 have now been unlocked. And what is it exactly? Well, first we need a magnet. And experimental device allows monorail system to be utilized as a mode for personal transportation. Oh yes, now we have it. As far as I remember, we don't need to do anything. So basically what you do is you just stand underneath one of these, and then you hold down space. Okay, maybe you need to equip it at some point. There, let's try it. Yeah? Oh, I was disconnected. There you go. Now I'm hooked up. Now I'm not hooked up. Damn it. How the hell does it work? So weird. There we go. Now I'm hooked up. There we go. I'm just I'm hooked up to this one, and it's a little slow in the beginning, but it actually picks up pretty nicely in speed, and with more rail rush upgrades, it's actually going to be probably the best transportation for long distances I mean, what else is there actually? And going around the corner also works just fine. And we'll just zoom all the way back through our normal base. I don't even know if we can get through the waterfall, but I don't know. We'll see. And we come back to our base. This is our Atlanta base that we built in the previous episode. And this is also where I then ask, what should we do in the next episodes? Like, first of all, oh, and here's our main base. We get stuck on this spot. Too bad. And let's try hooking up again. There we go. I'm hooked up again. In the next episode, obviously, we're going to have a look at what the elevator has for us. But aside from this, like, do we want to just like make a base and do that kind of thing, or are we going to wait for more content to actually be available in the game for us to jump on into that? I do not know. It is up to you. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see more for Techtonica, or if you think that it's time to sort of put it on a break and then wait for more content and then come back and expand and explore a bit further, both in terms of story and in terms of exploration. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you now know how these monorail systems work, and you will be implementing in your own base if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.